Fun fact, I separated my shoulder 10 years ago, and every jacket I wear, it sits crooked now, so you can't unsee that. It will be there for this whole video. But we are talking about how to edit lots of footage. Most of us, when we shoot a lot of footage, and how do you edit that down quickly? Well, what's really great, in Adobe Premiere 2022, they've added a new button called Auto Edit. And I'm just kidding, there's no such thing. No, I'm gonna give you some quick tips today. We shot a feature film called OK, where we had about 140 hours of footage, and we had to edit this film in just a few months. So I'm gonna give you the actual tips that we did to get all of that footage down quickly. First tip is get out of bins. Get out of the bins in your editing software and get into timelines. Get all your footage into timelines. Create a B-roll timeline, interview, exteriors, however you want to divide it up, but get all of your footage into timelines, and this way you can quickly scrub it and you're not digging through bins. You can look at all of your footage very quickly through timelines. And then on top of that, start adding markers, because you'll have thoughts in the minute. You'll be like, I really like this shot, and you'll think you'll remember that, but you're not going to. Another little thing I do is I keep everything in track 1, and the shots I like, or the little clips, I add them to track 2, just to keep track if there's little moments along the way that I like to add. Tip number 2, and this is the most important tip and why you've come to this video, and that's transcribing. You want to get all of your footage, or as much as possible, or at least the interviews, transcribed. And what is transcribing? Well, that's where you get a script, a document with the words written out that are spoken in your film. Now, Adobe does this for free, but there's better websites because the Adobe software is kind of mediocre. It gets a lot of the words wrong. But you can go to rev.com or gotranscript.com, and they'll spit you out a script of your film. And why this is important is you can begin to edit your film without ever opening up your edit software. You can quickly read a whole interview and you don't have to scrub through it and lose track of where you are. You can highlight the sections you like and put this in another document. And we call this a paper edit, and you can suddenly pretty much edit your film while you're anywhere in a matter of hours with all of the interviews, and identify your themes, important quotes, and good information so that you can tell the beginning, middle, and end of your story. This actually saved our butts in OK. At the last minute, on the last day of editing, we needed one more quote about them doing a show. So I literally pulled up all the transcripts from the film, and I just searched for the word show. And quickly, in 10 minutes, I was able to find a great quote from one of the people in our film. This would have taken days normally if we had to go through all 140 hours. But if you have transcripts, it will save your butt. And speaking of OK, maybe you want to come see the film. It's premiering April 29th here in Canada, as well as May 3rd. But that's the issue. So you actually have to be here in Canada to watch it. Not only in person, but online. It's geo-fenced. You have to physically be able to be in Canada to stream it. But this is where our sponsor comes in, Surfshark VPN. You see, you can change your location with Surfshark VPN so that you can enjoy streaming your favorite content no matter what country you're in. Perhaps you're like me here in Canada. Our Netflix sucks, so I can switch it to the UK or the US and enjoy all the amazing shows that we don't get here in Canada. And there's so many more features. You know that annoying thing that always pops up on websites that asks you if you want cookies? Well, no, I don't want your cookies. You can actually turn on the cookie pop-up blocker. Surfshark VPN offers a clean web experience with no ads, trackers, malware, or phishing attempts. You can surf in a clean ocean. And right now, with the coupon code BONE, you can get 3 free months and then 83% off. Why 83? Because it's more than 80. It's 3% more. And this brings your subscription to only $2.49 a month. That's less than guacamole at Chipotle. And what's best is it works on all platforms and gives you unlimited device use. So go check out Surfshark VPN. And so getting back to working with all of that footage, the next thing I would suggest is getting some sort of sticky note system. You see, when you're creating your film, you need to know your beginning, middle, and end, not just for the physical journey, like an OK, that was them writing their album, but the metaphysical journey, the emotional side, which was them navigating a life on the autism spectrum. So how do I do this? Well, often I'll put sticky notes on the wall, but more and more I'm working with editors who are remote. They're not in the same office as me. So this is where we use software like Milanote, where we'll begin to write down the different themes of each scene. But when you're working on your film, if you're getting overwhelmed and you're not sure where you're at in the edit, the last thing you should do is just mess around in the timelines. Take a step back. This is where I'm saying getting sticky notes down, figuring out what is my actual beginning. And does the next scene, the middle of the film, does that ramp up in tension? Do we see my character trying to overcome something new? Are we learning more about the topic in this film? Or are we kind of just going around aimlessly here? And this is where, again, where you can go back to your transcripts and begin finding those scenes that help identify the themes or the tension in your film that you're trying to display. So, just to recap that, get out of the bins, get your footage into timelines. Get your interviews and even some of your scenes, if you're really ambitious, transcribed so that you can have all of the dialogue. And then lastly, make sure to use sticky notes or some sort of system so that you can visually see the beginning, middle, and end of your film. I think a lot of people waste a lot of time constantly going back to the beginning of their timeline and pressing play and hoping they're solving problems. Where if you can zoom out and begin looking at the dialogue in your film or where scenes are placed, you'll begin to know if your film is actually working. So thank you for watching, and again, would love your support on our film OK. You can stream it online, grab that VPN with that discount. We would love your support, and if you enjoy the film, you can vote for People's Choice Award or Audience Choice Award. People's Choice Award, that's for like teenagers, right?
You don't understand me, Mom and Dad.
We appreciate any support, and I will see you guys on the next one.